So this is how the process flows. And this is showing the difference between an investor that is filing from within the United States from an investor that's filing outside of the United States. Initially, as I mentioned, you're going to find your project that you want to invest in and hire an immigration attorney to source the funds. Once that's complete, then you'll move on to filing your I-526E petition. So you first have to wire us the money into the escrow account, and then that money gets sent to the project, and your I-526E petition is filed by your immigration attorney. We're seeing approvals in rural projects in around an average of 6 months. Like I mentioned, we've had some as fast as 29 days, 30 days, 31 days, 36 days in some of our projects, in our rural projects. We still do not have an approval in the one high unemployment urban project that we did since the RIA was passed. So those have been filed for more than a year and a half, and we still don't have any I-526E approvals outside of the rural areas. But we have well over 100 I-526E approvals in our rural projects. If you are inside the United States when you file your petition, we discussed earlier concurrent filing, where you also file your 485 change of status at the same time that you file your I-526E petition. So if you do that, you would have an EAD work authorization and advanced parole travel permit here within about 3 to 4 months after filing, before you even receive your I-526E approval. So you'll have the work permit, the travel permit, and then once your I-526E is approved, usually within about 6 to 10 months, people will receive the approval on their adjustment of status. Now, in the first few investors that we've had post RIA who have done concurrent filing and then received their adjustment of status, some of those adjustment of statuses have happened one was within a month, another was 4 months, and then a bunch have been around 3 to 6 months on average. So there is hope that this 6 to 10 months is going to stay lower here in the post RIA era. If you're outside the United States, then after you have I-526E approval, you need to set up an interview at the U.S. Embassy and go through consular processing. And that usually takes around 6 months to get an interview set up. So once you have that interview, they allow you to come to the U.S. You don't have to enter right away. You could take your time, or you could come that next week. The day you enter the United States will start your 2-year conditional green card, or the day you had adjustment of status approved starts your 2-year conditional green card if you invested from the U.S. And from there, you have to be on a green card for 2 years before you file what's called the I-829 petition. So the I-526 petition, the USCIS is looking at 2 things. One, was the project an approvable EB-5 project? And number 2, is your source of funds acceptable? When you get to the I-829 stage, the USCIS is looking at 2 things as well. One, was your money invested for the time required, which is 2 years after your money's been loaned to the developer? And 2, were 10 jobs created on your behalf? And so those are things that we handle for you. And by the time you get to the I-829 stage, you will know very clearly whether or not you're going to get approved, because you'll know whether the 10 jobs were created and whether the money was loaned for the time needed. After that, if you want to get a passport, you will have to do so after you've had a green card for 5 years. So you have to file this I-829 in the last 30 days of that 2 years, and you can start applying for citizenship within the last 30 days of that 5 years. So technically 4 years and 9 months.